trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta outprice for y'all. Snake eyes and dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hay. I'm working the ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the balls, I'm flipping the all record, I still count wins when they got it. All record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. All record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. All record, I still want the act, not the ghost. I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
Vaping's kind of like a plague.
Vaping is upsetting.
When I see my friends vaping and talking about how they spent this much money and how they've gone through this many vapes this week, just like really, it doesn't give me a positive outlook.
Like having to watch people die due to nicotine. In high school, a lot of my friends did vape, and at times I did feel like peer pressure to do it. Definitely prioritize your health and make sure that you are doing what's best for you. And if you need help, to reach out for it. Don't be afraid.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I want to say. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Yellow Jacket Men's Soccer here on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network, in the Pregame Show, an abbreviated Pregame Show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, with locations in Superior, Poplar, Solon Springs, Esco, Hermingtown, Hibbing, and Duluth. National Bank of Commerce, make more possible. Alongside my production engineer, Brad Lullis, and the rest of our crew here at Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium here on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior, where the Yellow Jackets taking on Minnesota Morris here in UMAC Conference action. Picture-perfect skies, by the way. Conditions couldn't be much better. Temperatures on field about 65 to 70 degrees. Not much humidity and just a slight breeze going from left to right prior to game time here, so it makes for very beautiful conditions for Yellow Jacket men's soccer here today. Game one of our doubleheader, by the way, the women will be coming up about a half hour after we go final in game one. But in the meantime, the Yellow Jacket men leading things off against the Cougars. First time these two teams will have met here in the 2025 campaign. Yellow Jackets coming in here at 5-3 overall, 3-0 in the UMAC under Joe Mooney in his 18th season, 234 victories now for Coach Mooney in his 18th campaign. The Yellow Jackets claiming their 5th straight win last time out in the annual 2025 Bridge Battle. Yellow Jackets downing St. Scholastica here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, scoring 4 goals in the second half to defeat the St. Scholastica Saints for the 10th straight time by the final of 5-0. Those 10 straight wins, by the way, over St. Scholastica dating back now to October 8th of 2018. So it has been a long stretch of success for the Yellow Jackets against their cross-bridge rivals. In that contest, Rowan Wagner opened up the scoring for the Yellow Jackets, getting the first of 2 tallies on the game for Wagner at 25-44 off a corner kick by teammate Freddie Watson to give the Yellow Jackets an early 1-0 lead. That lead carried over into the break. In the second half, the Yellow Jackets took command, scoring 4 times to pull away. Jake Kidd began the scoring run by netting his 4th goal of the season off assist from Watson and Joel Thomas at 53-43 to make it 2-0. From there, Wagner added his second of the game off a perfect cross from Orlando Fertelman at 58-14 to make it 3-0. There then followed up a flurry of fouls and red cards. UWS eventually drawing a penalty kick after all of that at 87-02. That was deposited by Valentin Soares for his first career Yellow Jacket goal to make it a 4-0 contest, and then the Jackets closing out the scoring just 38 seconds later when Jack Lay scored his first career goal off an assist from Elijah Altman at 87-40 to make it a 5-0 final. For the game, UWS held an 18-4 edge in total shots, including an 11-2 edge in shots on goal. Patrick Sessions went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets to get the win. Meanwhile, Minnesota Morris comes in here under Blake Ordell in his second season at the helm of the Morris program at 3-4-1 overall. They're 1-1 overall in the UMAC. They defeated Martin Luther the last time out, getting their first conference win of the season on Tuesday at the MLC soccer field in New Ulm, Minnesota, shutting out the Knights 8-0. In that game, the Cougars scored 4 times in each half on the way to picking up the victory. U of M Morris opened the scoring just 11 seconds into the opening half when Guillaume Hensgens scored the game winner off an assist from Whitaker Root to make it 1-0. From there, the Cougars got 4 goals from Aaron Mackel at 6:59, 20-25, 54-16, and 60-55, while getting additional tallies from Root at 31:01, Jake Anagiros at 70:02, and Brett Barkowicz at 79-49 to complete the scoring. For the game, the Cougars held a 22-11 edge in shots, including a 13-4 advantage in shots on goal. Nick Eisensee went all the way in goal for the Cougars, making 4 saves in that contest. So both these teams coming off of victories last time out, and that sets the stage for game one of our doubleheader here under, again, perfectly sunny skies here in Superior between the Yellow Jackets and Minnesota Morris. So with that being the case, we'll take a quick audio break, then come back where we'll throw things down to the field for the introduction of the two teams by our public address announcer, Carson Wilhorn, the playing of the national anthem, and then eventually the opening kick of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars. That's coming up in about 3 or 4 minutes. This is UWS Men's Soccer on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
Fans, and welcome to Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium for today's Upper Midwest Athletic Conference men's soccer match, featuring the University of Minnesota Morris Cougars and your University of Wisconsin Superior Yellow Jackets. At this time, let's meet the starters for today's match, beginning with the visiting Cougars. Number 1, Nick Isensi. Number 2, Brett Barkowitz. Number 3, Cade Simonson. Number 4, Andreas Garcia. Number 5, Azaria Zapeta. Number 6, Jacob Lee. Number 9, Aaron Mackel. Number 16, Gil Hensgens. Number 24, Burke Shepard. Number 26, Jake Anargeris. And number 35, Nehemiah Zapeta. The head coach of Minnesota Morris is Blake Ordell. He is assisted by Dimitri Sophias. And now the starting lineup for your Yellow Jackets. A freshman from Mequon, Wisconsin, wearing number 1, Luke Lockman. A junior from London, England, wearing number 4, Adam Caffel. A junior from Watlington, Oxfordshire, wearing number 5, Jacob Wiles. A sophomore from London, England, wearing number 6, Orlando Fertelman. A senior from Surrey, England, wearing number 12, Isaac Beckett. A junior from McFarland, Wisconsin, wearing number 13, Rowan Wagner. A freshman from Sartell, Minnesota, wearing number 14, Seth Davidson. A junior from London, England, wearing number 15, Harvey McLaughlin. A senior from Cardiff, Wales, wearing number 31, Joel Thomas. A senior from Wendover, England, wearing number 32, Freddie Watson. And a senior from Superior, wearing number 34, Jake Kidd. The head coach of the Yellow Jackets in his 18th season is Joe Mooney. He's assisted by Will Mindstrom, Jake Myron, and Brandon Johnson. At this time, we ask all to please rise and face the flag if you are able. Fans, kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
National anthem has been played, and we're moments away from getting this one underway between the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars. Thank you for joining us. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Again, the Yellow Jacket women coming up in Game 2. They'll be taking on the Cougars as well on the women's side. 4:30 p.m. the opening kick there. 4:15 or maybe 4:20 the preliminary Pre-game time with yours truly here for Game 2 of our doubleheader. In the meantime, the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars on the men's side. Series notes between these two teams before we get this one underway. Yellow Jackets lead the all-time series with Minnesota Morris 18 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw since their first ever matchup back on September 5th of 2006. The Yellow Jackets have won the last 12 matchups with Morris dating back to October 28th of 2017 and are 15-0-1 against the Cougars since October 10th of 2015. Yellow Jackets took both matchups with the Cougars last season, defeating Morris 6-0 in their first matchup on September 21st at Cougar Field in Morris before downing the Cougars 8-1 in the return matchup on October 12th at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium right here in Superior. The Yellow Jackets haven't lost to Morris since dropping a 1-0 decision back on October 2nd of 2012. So that's how long it has been since the Yellow Jackets have lost to Minnesota Morris. The Yellow Jackets will be going from right to left in this opening 45 minutes. They're wearing their home white jerseys with the gold trim. The Cougars and the traveling maroon with the vertical gold and maroon numbers here in this first half. Yellow Jackets looking for win number 6 in a row here. They dropped their first 3, have now won 5 in a row. UWS coming in here having scored 23 goals on the season and having conceded 10. Minnesota Morris coming in having scored 20 goals and conceding 20 so far through their first 8 games. Yellow Jackets will kick it off here. Jake Kidd standing over it. Check it, it's Harvey McLaughlin standing over it at midfield here as we're about ready to get this one underway. Today's opening kick sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway, as Harvey McLaughlin stands over this one. And we just wait the whistle here from our center referee, and we'll get this one underway here between UWS and Minnesota Morris. And there's the opening whistle. The opening kick sponsored by Barker's Island Inn is taken by UWS, and the Yellow Jackets with Jacob Wiles going to hit a ball over the top. Like I said, slight breeze so far here today. It's going from right to left in this opening 45 minutes, and the Jackets are playing with the wind as we get things underway here. Joel Thomas playing it out, and a throw coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Joel Thomas will take it. Here's Isaac Beckett now for the Yellow Jackets, and he'll play it all the way back now for Adam Kaffel, who will switch the field for Rowan Wagner, who had 2 goals against St. Scholastica on Wednesday. Now an angling ball into the 18. Joel Thomas now playing it back, but he'll be whistled on an offside, Will Thomas. And we'll have a free kick here for the Cougars. Nick Eisensee making his 10th start of the season here for the Cougars. I think that's right. Let me look at the numbers. That doesn't sound right. Check my stats again there. Eisensee making his 9th appearance. Yellow Jackets' Luke Lockman, meanwhile, making his 4th appearance of the season for UWS. He's 1-1. Eisensee has a 3-4-1 record for Minnesota Morris in goal for the Cougars so far this season as they have a throw in on Yellow Jacket side of the field now. That's Orlando Fertelman for UWS, who will play a ball back to Rowan Wagner on the outside, and the Jackets now will set up in their own end of the field. Adam Kaffel sending it near side. Here is UWS's Joel Thomas clipping it over the top, looking for Seth Davidson. Yellow Jackets' leading goal scorer this season, the freshman from Sartell, Minnesota, with 4 tallies so far in his rookie campaign. Plays it back for Thomas, and now UWS will set and switch the field with Kaffel as he sends it to the far side. Here's Isaac Beckett. Beckett for the Yellow Jackets, clipping it over the top, looking for Freddie Watson, and that one will be cleared away, and it'll go over the end line, and we'll have our first corner kick here barely 2 minutes into this opening half. Jackets and the Cougars, like I said, beautiful playing conditions. As offside corner kick, it comes in. Now here's a shot and a diving stop by Eisensee. The rebound is there, and they score! UWS breaks out on top 2 minutes and 1 second into the opening half. It's Seth Davidson. The initial shot was actually taken by Jacob Wiles. It was a really nice save by Eisensee. He went to his left, got his hand to it, but the rebound was there, and the freshman Davidson deposits goal number 5 on his rookie campaign. And UWS is up by the score of 1-0. Goal number 24 for the Yellow Jackets. Like I said, it takes all of 2 minutes and 1 second for the Yellow Jackets to break out on top here against the Cougars. And we'll see how that shakes things up here as we get the restart now for Morris. McLaughlin off the steal. Here's Jake Kidd. Kidd getting a shot in and short hopping and making the save there is Eisensee, and he'll hold on to it here. Kidd has 4 goals on the season as well for the Yellow Jackets. And Eisensee playing it Up the field now in the Yellow Jacket territory, headed back toward Luke Lockman. Getting the start today, giving Patrick Sessions a break after Sessions played 2 games earlier on in the week. And we're going to have a call against UWS. Free kick here for the Cougars. Let's see if they give Wiles an assist on that goal. In the meantime, here's the free kick now for Minnesota Morris. Player to watch for them, Aaron Mackel. He has 11 goals so far this season, 11 of their 20 on the campaign. Was one of their leading scorers, if not their leading scorer last year as well, as the Yellow Jackets now turning over. Here's Harvey McLaughlin now clipping over the top, looking for Kidd. Volley to the near side of the field. Now Kidd turning, edge of the 18. Lay it back now, Adam Caffel. Caffel for the Yellow Jackets to the outside. Joel Thomas taking it wide. Thomas trying to cross it in. He'll deflect it out off of Jacob Lee, and it'll be a corner kick here for the Yellow Jackets. Corner kick for the Yellow Jackets near side. McLaughlin will take it. Bending ball coming in toward the 6. Rising up now is Wagner, and he'll head it over the top and out of play. Wagner scoring a pair of header goals against St. Scholastica on Wednesday. Goal kick here for Eisense. Jackets will keep Jake Kidd and Seth Davidson near the 18 here, looking to press up as they play it short and out to the outside. Nehemiah Zapeta's ball. Near side for Aaron Mackel, the aforementioned Mackel. Taken by UWS. They try to switch it to the other side of the field. Now coming in. Jake Anagiros now on the far side. This one will go out of play, I think. Yep, it'll be a throw now for the Yellow Jackets right near midfield. And the toss taken now for the Yellow Jackets by Wagner. Wiles now will square it to the outside. Here's Adam Caffel. Caffel for the Yellow Jackets on the left foot. He'll play it back. Wiles lifting it now. Here's Jake Kidd. Flag stays down. Kidd comes in at an angle, gets a shot, and he scores. .505 the time of that goal. For Kidd, that's goal number 5. Also the assist to Wiles on that one. So Jacob Wiles, a central defender for the Yellow Jackets, has 2 assists in 5 minutes and 5 seconds, and the Yellow Jackets out to a 2-0 lead here. Got a step on the inside against Lee. Came in and just poked underneath Eisense, and it's, like I said, a quick 2 spot here for UWS. Keep up like this, it could be a long afternoon here for the Cougars. In the meantime, after the restart, they'll play it all the way back. Cade Simonson now. Now UWS again coming back. Here's Watson. Freddie Watson now leaving it for Davidson. And Eisense will slide out and he'll smother this one. But UWS so far all over the Cougars. 2 goals, like I said, in the first. .505. And the Jackets up by a score of 2-0. Cougars now coming back to their direction, crossing midfield. Volleyed forward. Davidson rising up for the head ball for UWS. Jake Kidd now. Couldn't bring it down, and it'll be sent to the other side of the field. Wagner waiting for it to come down, and it'll go out of play, and it'll be a throw now for the Yellow Jackets. Wagner will take it. And Wiles will now switch it near side. Here's Adam Caffel. Caffel for Harvey McLaughlin. And McLaughlin now will switch it to the far side again. Rowan Wagner has space. Now Wiles. McLaughlin. Caffel. Joel Thomas now for the Yellow Jackets. All 11 players now for Minnesota Morris behind the ball. Now to the far side. Watson coming in at an angle. In the middle, here's Kidd with a shot attempt, and the save will be made. Watson finding Kidd, middle of the 18. Kidd didn't get as much on it as he probably would have liked with that right foot. Save made by Isensee, and he'll hold on to it here. Angling ball forward. Now the Cougars on the far side. Andreas Garcia. Send it to the Yellow Jacket end of the pitch. Run down now by Rowan Wagner for UWS, and that one will go out of play. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Cougars. As the throw comes in. Bertelman off the interception. Caffel has room, and now he'll spread it to the near side. Here is Joel Thomas, the name of Cardiff, Wales, for the Yellow Jackets, giving it off. Ari McLaughlin now will square to the far side for Wagner. Rowan Wagner lifting a ball far side of the field. Brought down. Getting ahead to it was Beckett. Isaac Beckett now for the Yellow Jackets, and that one will be tackled out. It'll be a throw now for UWS. Ray Watson's throw in. Isaac Beckett trying to dance around 3 defenders. Instead, it'll be cleared out by Morris for another Yellow Jacket throw. Watson from Wendover, England, in his senior season. Led the Yellow Jackets in goal contributions with 8 so far. Coming into the game today. Loses the handle on that one. Now to the far side. Beckett. Now Seth Davidson for the Yellow Jackets. And now Wagner. Switching it to the near side. Adam Caffel now on the look. McLaughlin will turn. Jackets doing a lot of switching here so far, the field. Here's Wagner. Beckett crossing it in. Here's Kidd now, edge of the 6. Kidd getting a shot away, and he scores! (9-10) on that one. It'll be Kidd from Beckett. Probably could give a second assist on that one to Wagner. And UWS, in less than 10 minutes, up by 3-0. Kidd with goals number 5 and 6 for him on the campaign. He takes over the goal-scoring lead here for the Yellow Jackets. Nice finish there by Kidd, getting on the edge of the 6 and just poking over the top of Isensee. And the Yellow Jackets with a couple of haymakers early here to lead it 3-0. Wiles now for UWS. Handling a ball now for Beckett, who's come near side. Beckett, who got an assist on that last goal. And now plays it back. Joel Thomas. Caffel. Fertelman now. Caffel again. Now Thomas trying to cross it. Now it'll deflect out. Off of Nehemiah Zapeta. And it'll be a corner kick, number 2 of the game here for UWS. It'll be taken by McLaughlin near side. UWS 3 goals in the first 9 minutes and 10 seconds here today, leading at 3-0. As McLaughlin now bending a ball into the 6. Couple players rising up. Still hasn't been cleared. Beckett flicking it up into the air. Now Davidson Comes back outside now. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin now cutting back on the right foot. Bends it back post. Gets through everybody down the middle. Here's a shot by Davidson, and that one they're going to whistle on offside on that far wing for the Yellow Jackets, or near the 6 anyway. I think it'll be Kidd that'll be the offending party for UWS. And a free kick now for Morris. The Cougars just want to try to settle things down here a bit. As Isense gives it a ride toward midfield. Wiles winning the head ball. Now Beckett trying to bring it down. Wagner trying to step through, and that one will be tackled out. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Wagner on the throw. Throwing it for Jake Kidd. Kidd for the Yellow Jackets coming up the far side, and that one will be tackled out. Throw now for Thomas. Freddie Watson has come now to the near side, by the way. Now Caffel. Sending it wide. Here is the aforementioned Freddie Watson. Watson now for McLaughlin. Davidson. Fertelman. Now he'll switch it. Rowan Wagner. Joel Thomas stepping inside. Joel Thomas now coming to the top of the 18. Thomas still dancing around a couple players. Thomas now turning and getting a shot with the left foot and leaves that one a little bit high. And over the top of the crossbar, in fact, well high by the senior from Cardiff, Wales. As the clock continuing to move here, it'll be a goal kick here for Isense. Isense's ball now over midfield. Wagner winning it down. Fertelman for the Yellow Jackets. Now he'll send it to the outside. Orlando Fertelman. Rowan Wagner now back in the middle. Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin now to the near side. Here's Adam Caffel. Caffel for the Yellow Jackets. He'll slow it up. Now Wiles. Wagner. And overhit that one just a little bit. In the arms of Isense, they're top of his 6. He'll hold on to it here. Now he'll wing it out toward midfield. Flicked in the Yellow Jacket territory where Wiles looks like he will be the one to run it down here. And Wiles will play it back now for Lockman. Luke Lockman getting the start for the Yellow Jackets. His third start of his freshman campaign. McLaughlin now will switch to the field. Here's Caffel. Caffel now measuring a ball. Looking for Kidd. And now it'll be dribbled out of play here. Cade Simonson playing it out for Minnesota Morris. Watson takes it and throws it in now for McLaughlin. Harry McLaughlin for UWS will play it back now, and here's Adam Caffel. McLaughlin to the far side. Here's Thomas. And they're going to call a handball here on Joel Thomas. It'll be a free kick here for the Cougars. We've just reached the quarter of an hour mark of this first half. Seth Davidson, his 5th of the season from Wiles at 2:01, and then back-to-back goals from Jake Kidd. 3 minutes, it's actually 4 minutes and 5 seconds apart. Kidd first from Wiles at 5:05, and then Kidd again at 9:10 from Isaac Beckett to make it 3-0. Rowan Wagner to the outside now. Here's Thomas. Beckett clipping it over the top. Davidson, edge of the 18. Seth Davidson taking it wide. Crosses it in. Flick toward goal that time by Kidd. Cleared away. Hanskins getting ahead to it for the Cougars. Jackets take it right back. Here's Caffel. McLaughlin now coming centrally. Beckett. This pass to the outside picked off. Now Henskins triggering it forward. Bring it down, will be careful. He got there ahead of the on-rushing Bart Bukowicz, and it'll go all the way back now for Lockman. Orlando Fertelman for UWS. Now we'll square it outside. Rowan Wagner. McLaughlin now Davidson. Davidson having a look. Now Kaffel. Angling a ball for Kidd near side. Actually, it's Freddie Watson. Jacob Lee there. Markowitz now. Turned over. Kaffel. And now the Cougars trying to send the ball forward, and they'll just wing it into the Yellow Jacket territory where Lockman will wait for it, and he'll bring it down. Wiles now for Isaac Beckett. And Beckett will go all the way back now for Lockman. Jackets have had all of the possession just about here through the first nearly 18 minutes. 3 goals up on the board. UWS now with 26 goals so far this season while giving up 10. Kaffel now giving it near side. Here is Beckett. Wiles. UWS content to knock it around at the moment. Now here's Beckett coming forward. Looking for Davidson. That one sent away. Cleared away momentarily by Lee. Comes right back for UWS, and they'll switch it to the far side. Here's Wagner. Rowan Wagner. Fertelman to the outside. Joel Thomas. McLaughlin now. Jacob Wiles, who has 2 assists so far in the game. And now here might be an opportunity for Minnesota Morris as it's turned back. Play to the far side now. Cross comes into the Yellow Jacket 18 and taken back by UWS. Harvey McLaughlin now. Against Henskins now. We'll send it outside near side. Freddie Watson. Wiles now for UWS. Outside Kaffel. Adam Kaffel coming forward. Now Wiles back outside again for Wagner. A lot of touches for the back 3 here so far. It's worked out pretty well, though, as Wagner into the wind. That one hangs up, and it will be grabbed here by Isensee. He'll hold on to it as the clock continues to move. Approaching 20 minutes elapsed in this opening half. 3-0 lead for UWS. Ball up the middle now, headed back now by Beckett. Cougars now with Shepard going to the far side, and then a clearing ball in the Yellow Jacket territory will find its way into the Morris bench across the way. And it'll be Rowan Wagner that'll give the throw in here for the Yellow Jackets. Fertelman. Now Adam Kaffel. Kaffel for the Yellow Jackets coming toward the midfield stripe. Freddie Watson. Now a ball into the 18 looking for Watson, and that one grabbed on a hop by Isensee. He'll hold on to it, and then he'll roll it to the outside. Here's Aaron Mackle, the leading scorer for Minnesota Morris. Off the turnover now, it's Watson. Kidd. Mackle now coming back defensively. And now that one will be tackled out by Barkowicz. Throw comes in. Now Wiles will send it to the far side. Wagner with space. Comes across the midfield stripe. Seth Davidson now checking back. Looking for the back door there, run. Freddie Watson. Anagiris now for Minnesota Morris. Nice move to get around Fertelman. Jake Anagiros for Henskins. Henskins now taking in against Wiles and now cleared away with the left foot by Lockman. We'll have a throw here coming in for the Cougars. I think this is probably about as deep as Minnesota Morris has been able to penetrate so far, and we're nearly 22 minutes into the half. Brett Barkowitz will take the throw, and now they'll go all the way back. Azariah Zapeta to the far side. Comes right back for Azariah Zapeta. One of two Zapetas in the starting lineup here today. Head coach Blake Ordell in his second season as the head man in Morris. This is Garcia now on the far side, and a foul going to be called on Orlando Fertelman. A reminder, folks, stick around for our halftime programming. Sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll have our first half summary, a look at the first half stats. And we'll also give you our Yellow Jacket sports summary. All that coming up in about 22 and a half minutes or so. Game time, anyway. As off the restart, Jackets now countering back 3-on-3. Here's McLaughlin, far side now. Davidson. Seth Davidson waiting for Freddie Watson to arrive. Instead, he loses the handle on the ball, and then we'll slide tackle it out. It'll be a throw here coming up for the Cougars right in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. As here's the throw. To the far side, Wiles will go all the way back for Lockman. Wiles now playing it short. McLaughlin for UWS on the right foot. Wagner back for Harvey McLaughlin. Now McLaughlin will switch it for Caffel. Caffel crossing the midfield stripe now on the left foot. Back in the middle now, McLaughlin. Now Caffel, Cougars holding a line near the top of their 18. Caffel, Joel Thomas. Thomas now making a move around the outside defender. Left foot across into the 6, ball's loose. And Eisensee will grab it. He was trying to pick out Isaac Beckett, who had cleared out just a little bit of room, but Beckett unable to get a positive touch on it. Grabbed here by Eisensee, and he'll hold on to it. UWS right now, like 4 players getting ready to check in. 2 players getting ready to check in for Morris, meanwhile. Eisensee now sending it over the midfield stripe again. Here's Wagner heading it back. Wiles will volley it far side of the field. Watson playing it down now for Owen Wagner. Now Caffel. Wiles to the far side. Wagner. Rowan Wagner. Freddie Watson. Beckett on the back door. Now Watson, and that one will be tackled out off of Simonson, who ranged over from his central defender position. Surrenders the corner kick, and the Yellow Jackets, like I said, 4 players getting ready to check in. The Cougars also going to make a couple of substitutions. Looks like Alfie Hudd's in for the first time. Melvin Anderson, Elijah Altman also coming in. I think that's James Colt is also checked in for UWS. In the meantime, a corner kick on the far side. Nobody has come over to take it yet for UWS. Looks like it'll be McLaughlin that'll take it. McLaughlin lined this one out. Outswinger with the right foot. Far side flag. And toward the 6. Headed back up the middle. Now Colt. Back outside for Alfie Hudd. Now McLaughlin. McLaughlin, couple of spins. Now for Colt. Anajiro's coming in to strip him of the ball. Now Altman trying to turn. Elijah Altman regaining his footing. Altman now leaving it. McLaughlin. Alfie Hudd now on the wing. Now McLaughlin. And finally the Cougars able to take it away. Hansgen's now playing it forward. And Aaron Mackel leaving it back. And now here's Davidson off the strip. Into the 18, Seth Davidson. Has Anderson with him. Plays it back up the middle. Hudd turns, gets a shot away, and it rises high over the bar. And it'll be a goal kick now for Ice-N-C. Can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets? Tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garber and me throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Substitutions continuing here now both ways. Goal kick from Ice-N-C now. Carrying over midfield. Wagner. Half volley forward now. Playing with the right inside of his boot. In doing so, and it'll go out of play. It'll be a throw here for the Yellow Jackets. It's like Taylor Moore is one of the substitutes looming here for UWS. Alfie Hudd now. Hudd for the Yellow Jackets on the right foot. Now McLaughlin. Davidson. Back for Rowan Wagner. Wagner. Angling ball now near side. Anderson trying to head it through now. Looking for Jake Kidd. That one broken up by the Cougars. Now Caffel, and he'll touch it back. Now here's Wiles. For Rowan Wagner. Alfie Hudd now. And he'll go all the way back for Lockman, who's now outside of his own 18. Wiles for the Yellow Jackets. Picks up Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin with a move around the defender. Continues it on for Elijah Altman. Altman for UWS coming inside. Now for Colt. James Colt trying to get a shot away. That one deflects. Ball back up the middle. Colt wins it. Caffel. Wiles. Now in the middle, here's James Colt. Colt and Mackel coming together. Aaron Mackel able to take the ball away from him. Now they play it on the wing. Energy Russ's ball to the far side, and that one will go out of play, and the Jackets will make some more substitutions here. Taylor Moore is into the game for UWS. Kyle Massingham also in. Dig down toward the last quarter hour here, this opening 45 minutes. It's been all Yellow Jackets so far. 3 goals up on the board in the first 9 minutes and 10 seconds. And it's been all Yellow Jackets since that time. Now a ball over the near side. Looking for Melvin Anderson. Ice-N-C off of his line will grab it top of his 18. And get a good look at Nick Ice-N-C. He'll give it a ride over midfield. Anajiris trying to bring that ball down. Now it's Alfie Hudd. Hudd for the Yellow Jackets. Sending it wide now, Caffel. Back for Hudd. Getting a ball over the top, looking for Altman, who's on an angle. Elijah Altman trying to cross it in toward the 6, and that one will be smothered here by Ice-N-C, and he'll roll it now for Simonson, Cade Simonson. And the captains for the Cougars here today, sending the ball near side. on a G wrist now. As that one sailed over his head. Now ball back to the direction. Here's Taylor Moore. Moore for the Yellow Jackets. Played away by Simonson. Another corner kick here coming up for UWS. It's like Massingham will jog over and take it. More subs for the Jackets here. Corner kick for Massingham as Callum Greenan is one of the players that's come in. Alec Pyra also in for UWS for the first time. Massingham lining it up. Low line drive kick. Cleared as far as Hood. Now back outside. Here's Massingham. Massingham missing that ball, and it'll skip out of play. And we'll have a goal kick here for Isensee. Beautiful day continuing here from Superior. No rain in the forecast. Sends the ball over midfield. There's a chance coming in is Mackel. Mackel's shot, and he scores. Jackets falling apart on that sequence. Mackel cutting into the deficit here for the Cougars. That goal coming at 32-27. It's Aaron Mackel. His 12th goal of the season already. Miscue in the bag for the Jackets. Mackel taking advantage with his 12th unassisted to make it 3-1. I think that's the first shot the Cougars have had, and they end up scoring on it. Now Taylor Moore playing it in toward the 6. And a corner kick for UWS. Massingham will take it again here. Taken short. Here's Alfie Hudd. Hudd back post over the front face of goal, and that one will be an offside call here against Pyra. Isensee giving the ride toward midfield. Headed back now. Here's Anderson. Alfie Hudd. Playing it through the middle now. Bringing it down for UWS. Altman. Now cross coming into the middle looking for Massingham. Here's Anderson's shot. Falls for Massingham. He'll turn and shoot, and the save is going to be made by Isensee. And we remain at 3-1 here. Corner kick for UWS. Massingham will line it up. Kyle Massingham heading toward the 6, and that one will be headed out. Another corner kick here for UW Superior. Shots, by the way, 12-1 in favor of the Yellow Jackets, 9-1 in shots on goal, 3-1 where it counts. Massingham now to the far side. Low line drive, gets through Moore. Sitting at the 6, and they score! How about that? It's Callum Greenan on the goal. And that goal at 34-56. That's Callum Greenan's first, I believe, career goal. And the former Duluth East Greyhound off the assist from Massingham. Makes it 4-1 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. So off the restart. And this one will go out of play now near side. Throw back in, and now it'll be cleared over the near side. Greenan off the throw. Massingham back for Greenan. Callan Greenan now trying to cross it in toward the 6. Knocked down by the Cougars, and now they'll clear it back near midfield. Colts will go all the way back now for Lockman. Lockman now hitting it over the top. And headed back now by Simonson into the waiting arms of Nick Isensee. Back to the 18 and grabbed on a couple of hops now by Lockman, and he'll hold on to it. This ball coming back now into the 18. Isensee will roll it near side. 8 minutes, 33 seconds away from halftime. A reminder, our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Of our first half summary. A look at the first half stats. Plenty of goals to talk about. Also catch you up on all the goings on with Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that coming up. 8 minutes and 18 seconds from now. In the meantime, UWS now. Alfie Hudd to the far side. Pyra playing a ball for Taylor Moore. That one skied in the air. Moore hits the deck. It's been a very clean game so far. Not many fouls either way. The foul going to be given here, though. This is against Azariah Zapeta. 25 yards away from Isensee's goal to our left. Alfie Hudd standing over this one for UWS on the right foot. Hudd now to the back post, headed across the face of goal, cleared up the middle. Colt now bringing it down. Actually, it's Valentin Soros trying to get a shot away. My bad. Soros again. Turns, gets a shot away, and that one deflects out for another corner kick here coming up. UWS came into the game averaging about 17 shots per game. That was shot number 14 for UWS just a moment ago. And now here is Alfie Hudd. Hudd crossing it. Back part of the 6. Nobody there in a white jersey. Run down by Moore at the edge of the 18. Taylor Moore now. Miss Callan Greenan on the ball through the middle, and now he'll come back in Yellow Jacket territory. Mackle putting pressure on Eli Benson. And Benson will play it back now for Lockman. Now Colt. Ball to the far side, picked off now. Now Soares dancing around a couple of players. Valentin Soares now on the step over move. Still on his right foot, edge of the 18. Soares now going to play in the middle. Ad Pyra comes back outside now. Alfie Hudd. Hudd now. Sutter stepping his way through. Plays it to the 6. That one kicked away now by Isensee. Comes back outside for Soares. Now Hudd. Hudd now lining it up. Altman with the header, and the save's going to be made here by Isensee. Corner kick far side. Kyle Massingham will take it. Massingham, the sophomore. Bending it toward the top of the 18. Comes back up the middle. Now Massingham again. This one popping up in the air, heading around, and that one will go out for another corner kick. UWS still buzzing around the goal here. Leading it 4-1. Cougars look like they want to make a couple more substitutions here. In the meantime, here's Hood now bending a ball in toward the 6, cleared to the far side. Pyro will run it down. In fact, I'll let it go out of play. A throw here for the Yellow Jackets. Throw in now for Altman in the corner. Now Anna Giros, who's arguably been the most active player so far here for the Cougars, despite the fact Aaron Mackel's got their goal. Hud in the middle now. Here's Greenan, Callum Greenan, who scored his first goal of the season earlier on. Leaves it off now. Here's Colt. Skipping it to the far side. Eli Benson coming forward. Benson, edge of the 18. There it is as far as Altman. Now Massingham sending one to the top of the Cougars 18. That one's still bounding around a bit. Hansgins now clears it back toward midfield. Colt. Now Pyra for the Yellow Jackets. 3.5 remaining. Opening 45 minutes. 4-1 UWS in the lead. 2 goals from Jake Kidd. Seth Davidson and Callum Greenan, the other goal scorers for the Yellow Jackets today. Well, Aaron Mackel has one for the Cougars. Now on the back door. Here's Pyra. Crossing it toward the 6. Popped up in the air. Altman trying to measure it. Still bounding around the edge of the 6. And we'll have a foul called here on the Yellow Jackets. As we're about to go under 3 minutes remaining, opening half. And the goal kick here coming up for Nick Eisensee, who's been very busy so far. Eisensee toward midfield, headed down. Now across the midfield stripe in Yellow Jacket territory. Colt will play it back now for Lockman. Now Greenan. Turning it over at least momentarily. Now he picks it back up again. Now Pyra to the outside. Benson. Elijah Altman for UWS. And he overhit that one. In the arms of Eisensee, who will hold on to it. Under 2 minutes now left in the half. 4 goals up on the board in the first half for UWS. Now 27 on the season for the Jackets. Turning now is Mackel. Playing it off far side. Looking for Hensgins. Run down now by Benson, and he'll just take the safe route and play it out for a Cougars throw. Throw comes in the Yellow Jacket 18, cleared away. Altman has it taken away. Now Alfie Hudd. Hudd, Massingham. We'll go under a minute remaining in the half now. Our halftime programming sponsored by Howland Incorporated Looming. In the meantime, Taylor Moore bringing it down here on Massingham. Kyle Massingham. Hudd. Picking on Elijah Altman, edge of the Morris 18. And his back pass intercepted and sliding a tackle over there by Pyra. Half minute remaining now, opening 45 minutes. Just about in the books here, and the Jackets will be up at the break here. Is coming forward. Here's Massingham leaving it back for Moore. Greenan. 15 seconds left as that one is played out. Throw on the far side of the field. And this one will bounce out, and that's how the opening 45 minutes will end here. From Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium of game one of our doubleheader. Jackets with 4 of the 5 goals in that opening 45 minutes. 2 from Jake Kidd, 1 from Seth Davidson. Callum Green and also scoring for the Yellow Jackets, while Aaron Mackel has the goal for Minnesota Morris, and that's where we stand at the break. Your score, 45 minutes into this one. UWS 4, Minnesota Morris 1. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is UWS Men's Soccer on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson alongside Bradley Lullis and our entire crew here at Yellow Jacket TV back at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, where we jump into our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, providing concrete, masonry, and design to the twin ports in the surrounding area. Hovland Incorporated, 218-722-1662. Jumping into that first half summary in terms of scoring, and it took the Yellow Jackets virtually no time to take control of this one. 2 minutes and 1 second into the opening half. It is Seth Davidson, the freshman from Sartell, Minnesota, with his 5th goal of the season from Jacob Wiles. Pretty straightforward goal, in fact, as it came in on the right side. Davidson able to finish off of a shot from Jake Wiles that was saved by Isensee. Seth Davidson following up the rebound, heads it home for his 5th to make it 1-0. 3 minutes and 4 seconds later, it's Jake Kidd with the first of 2 straight goals for the senior from Superior. Off of a nice chip over the top, Kidd getting in between a couple of defenders and then poking a shot underneath Cougar starting goalkeeper Nick Isensee to make it a 2-0 game. Kidd then scored his 2nd of the half, his 6th of the season, to lead the Yellow Jackets in that category at 9-10. Off of a crossing ball from UWS teammate Isaac Beckett in toward the 6th. He turned and just roofed a shot over the top of Isensee, and that made it 3-0. Stayed that way until 32-27 when Aaron Mackel took advantage of a Yellow Jacket miscue in the back to come in one-on-one with Yellow Jacket starting goalkeeper Luke Lockman and slide his 12th goal of the season into the left side netting. Again, 32-27, the time of that one to make it 3-1. And then 2 minutes and 29 seconds following that goal, Callum Greenan with his 1st goal of the season. Former Duluth East Greyhound from across the bridge off of a corner kick from Kyle Massingham. He comes in and pokes one over the top of Isensee, and that's where we stand at the break. Your score, Yellow Jackets 4, Minnesota Morris 1. We'll jump in now and look at the stats. We'll jump into the stats from that opening 45 minutes. The Yellow Jackets so far in the ball game with a 15-1 edge in total shots, including 11-1 the shots on goal advantage. Yellow Jackets also have 10 corner kicks already here in this opening half. Only a total of 4 fouls were called in the opening 45 minutes. 3 of them against the Yellow Jackets, 4 offside whistles against UWS as well. And in terms of goalkeeper saves, Nick Eisensee so far has 7 saves for Minnesota Morris, while Luke Lockman for the Yellow Jackets has yet to make a save halfway home in this one. So that's your story. 45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go. 4-1 your score in favor of UWS. And with that being the case, we'll take another break here, continue our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll come back and give you our Yellow Jacket sports summary. That's coming up in about 2 minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Men's Soccer on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium, Yellow Jackets leading it by the score of 4-1, halfway home in this one. We have about 8 minutes before the start of the second half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Cougars, and with that time, we'll give you our Yellow Jacket sports summary. Women's soccer, we'll lead off with them since they're playing Game 2 of our doubleheader today against Minnesota Morris. Women now at 2-4-2 overall, 2-0-1 in the UMAC. They played Northwestern in a 1-1 draw right here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium with a game that yours truly had. That was on Tuesday night. In that match, the Yellow Jackets rallied back from a 1-0 deficit early to even matters on freshman Kaja Kovala's first career goal, coming off of an assist from Julia Taylor at 34-36 that made it a 1-1 final score. For the game, the Eagles holding a 15-13 edge in total shots, including an 11-5 advantage in shots on goal. Quinn Clark made 10 saves in goal for the Yellow Jackets. Of course, they're playing Game 2 of our doubleheader. 4:30 p.m., the opening kick against the Cougars. Probably closer to 4:20, 4:25, our pregame. And that, of course, right here on Yellow Jacket TV. Women's volleyball at 10-7 now overall. 0-1 the UMAC after last night. They fell to Northwestern in the UMAC conference opener last night at the Erickson Center down in St. Paul. In that match, the Yellow Jacket fell to the Eagles by scores of 25-17, 21-25, 17-25, and 14-25. For the match, UWS hit 149 and were paced by McKenna Hobein, who posted a double-double with 19 kills and 15 digs. Colleen Claude and Gabby Schwartz also had double-doubles from the center spot, with Claude finishing with 18 assists and 10 digs, while Schwartz had 24 assists and 10 digs. Savannah Herring, meanwhile, led the way defensively for the Yellow Jackets with the team leading 16 digs. They're next in action today, taking on North Central in Game 2 of their weekend swing down through the Twin Cities. That was a 1 p.m. opening serve at Clark Danielson Gym, downtown Minneapolis, the location on that one. They'll next be at home this coming Tuesday the 30th against St. Scholastica. Second time this season that Coach Lynn Diedrich and the Yellow Jackets will see the Saints, and that'll be our next sports broadcast after today, by the way. That'll be a joint broadcast against the Saints on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV, 7 p.m. Again, the opening serve of that one. I'll be on with the pregame from Mertz Mortarelli Gymnasium starting at about 6:45. Men's and women's golf. The men competed at the SJU Invite hosted by St. John's at the St. Cloud Country Club and Blackberry Ridge Golf Club in St. Cloud and Sartell, Minnesota, respectively, on Saturday and Sunday. Last Saturday and Sunday, I should say. In that event, the Yellow Jackets placed 11th as a team with a score of 304 on day 2 and were led by Andrew Slatton, who shot a 72 on the day. Women competed at the Midwest region hosted by Benedictine at Brightondale Links in Kansasville on Friday and Saturday as well. After placing 16th as a team with a score of 336 on Friday, UWS closed out the tournament by shooting a 344 on Saturday to place 22nd in the team standings and were led by Olivia Weinberg, who carded an 82 on day 2. Next up, the men are at the Grand Intercollegiate, hosted by UW Stout tomorrow, Sunday, and on Monday at Grand Geneva Highlands in Lake Geneva. The women, meanwhile, will be at the UWW Invite, hosted by UW Whitewater at TPC Madison, starting on tomorrow and continuing into Monday. Men's and women's cross country, both teams were at the St. Olaf Invitational, recently hosted by St. Olaf in Northfield, Minnesota, last Saturday. On the men's side, UWS finishing 9th as a team with a score of 268 and were led by Dylan Udo, who finished the race in a time of 26 minutes and 45 seconds. On the women's side, UWS finished 12th as a team with a score of 351 and were led by Simone Stevens, who crossed the line in 24 minutes, 10.6 seconds. Both teams are off this weekend, but they'll also next be in action next Friday, October the 3rd, at the Blue Gold Invite hosted by UW Eau Claire at Whitetail Golf Course down in Colfax. Women's tennis competed at the ITA Midwest Regional hosted by Gustavus Adolphus on Friday and Saturday of last week in St. Peter, Minnesota. For full results on those matches, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com. They're in action today, taking on St. Catherine and UW River Falls at the Raymer Tennis Courts in River Falls, Wisconsin. Match times are set for 1 p.m. versus the Falcons and 4 p.m. versus the Wildcats. And last but not least, men's tennis opening their season this weekend at the ITA Midwest Regional hosted by Gustavus in St. Peter, Minnesota. They started actually on Thursday, and continuing through Sunday. The Yellow Jackets are also scheduled to face UW Stevens Point tomorrow, and that match is slated to take place at University Courts down in Stevens Point. For full match information on those events, you can go to, again, uwsyellowjackets.com. So that's your Yellow Jacket sports summary here as we conclude our halftime programming. Sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll take one more quick break and then come back with the start of the second half of this contest between the UWS men's soccer team, the Yellow Jackets, and Minnesota Morris. That'll be coming up in a couple of minutes. This is UWS men's soccer again here on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium as we're getting ready for the start of the second 45 minutes of this one. Yellow Jackets and Minnesota Morris. Our next broadcast, by the way, of Yellow Jacket men's soccer will come up on Tuesday, October 11th as the Jackets return home to take on a top 5 team nationally right now, undefeated and untied Augsburg. The Aggies coming to town. Take on UWS here at Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV. 7 p.m. the opening kick of that one. I'll be on with the pregame starting at about 6:45 as the Jackets and the Aggies renewing acquaintances here in 2025. The Yellow Jacket men next in action next Friday, the 3rd, taking on Martin Luther down in New Ulm, Minnesota. That'll be a 2 p.m. opening kick. The Jackets will then take on Bethany Lutheran on that Saturday before returning home to take on the Aggies. And in the meantime, also, of course, stick around for Game 2 of our doubleheader. The Yellow Jacket women taking on Minnesota Morris for the first time here in 2025. Again, tentative start time there, 4:30. And our tentative pregame probably about 4:20 or so in that one. In the meantime, the Yellow Jackets will kick off here to begin the second 45 minutes. Or actually, it'll be the Cougars that'll kick off. Harvey McLaughlin apparently forgetting that he took the kickoff to begin the game. Jackets will go from left to right here in the second 45 minutes, while the Cougars will go from right to left. And there's Jake Anagiros that is standing over this one for the Cougars at midfield. As we await the whistle from our center referee to begin the second 45 minutes. UWS up 4-1. Jake Kidd with 2 goals. Seth Davidson with his 5th. Callum Greenan with his 1st. Aaron Mackel with his 12th for the Cougars, and that's where we stand. The Jackets up by 3. As Anagiris now, like I said, still awaiting the go-ahead from our center referee, and there it is. Second 45 minutes underway here. Conditions continue to be absolutely gorgeous here from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. Not a cloud in the sky. Temperatures, like I said, expected to get into the low mid-70s and not much humidity either. As here's a ball in the Yellow Jacket 18. Lockman had it poked away from him by Gil Hengens, who was coming in at an angle on the left side, but Hengens just, his touch let him down as he touched it over the end line. And UWS now at the restart, and right away it's turned over. Ron Wagner overhanging the pass, far side, looking for Orlando Fertelman. Throw now for the Cougars. They're skipping in now for Jacob Lee. Jackets, Orlando Fertelman takes possession. Now for Davidson, leaves it for Massingham, and Kyle Massingham now chipping it over the defense, finds Jake Kidd. Kidd now in on a break. Jake Kidd now measuring. Lost the handle on, now he'll turn. And he'll lose the opportunity there as it got tackled away, and he's disappointed in himself on that one. Massingham had picked him out beautifully with that pass, and Jake Kidd ended up slowing up a little bit. I think his touch let him down just a bit. And the scoring chance goes for naught. In the meantime, Eisenstein now sends it over the midfield stripe in the Yellow Jacket territory. It'll carry all the way to the far side, and it'll roll out of play. And it'll be a throw for UWS. Fertelman will take it quickly here. It's an in now for Wagner. Ron Wagner right now moving from the outside to the inside. Center defensive role for him now. Move Jacob Wiles down to the right side. So Coach Joe Mooney shifting some things around here. As now here is a turnover by Isaac Beckett, taken by Mackel. His ball up the middle, though, picked off by Wiles. Now the Eagles, here's Hengens flicking it into the Yellow Jacket 18 off of his head as he came through the middle of the 18. Grabbed on a hop by Lockman, and now he'll hand it off for Isaac Beckett. Beckett angling ball toward midfield. Davidson will bring it down. Now McLaughlin. Davidson. Massingham will continue it on to the far side as they come across the midfield stripe. Orlando Fertelman now for the Yellow Jackets. He hits the deck on the far side, and we're going to have a foul call here against the Cougars. Free kick here coming up for UWS, taken quickly. Massingham now will clip it near side, looking for Joel Thomas. That one brought down top of the 18. Bounding around a bit now. Someone trying to settle it. Heavy touch from Beckett, finally, and it'll be cleared back toward midfield. Wagner will send it to the outside for Fertelman. Fertelman now in the middle. McLaughlin on the right foot. Harvey McLaughlin Isaac Beckett. Beckett lining it up, gets a shot away and deflects out. Off of the right foot of Burke Shepard. It'll be a corner kick for the Yellow Jackets. Near side flag. It's Freddie Watson that's coming over to take it with the left foot for the Yellow Jackets. Corner kick number 11 for UWS on the afternoon. As Watson lines it up. Watson now lifting it into the 6. Davison trying to flick it. Sent to the outside of the box. Now here's Kidd for the Yellow Jackets. Sending it back. Fertelman on the turn. Back for Jake Kidd. Edge of the 18. Now backdoor pass intended for Fertelman, and he's going to be called for an offside. So free kick here for the Cougars. They're next in action taking on Northwestern on the 1st of October. And they'll return home for that game against the Eagles. Free kick here. It looks like it's Cade Simonson standing over it here for Minnesota Morris. As he gives it a ride toward midfield, gets held up by the wind. Now Mackel trying to bring it down, plays it in the middle on Agiris. For Henskins now through the middle, off of his line, playing it out is Lockman. Now ball wide picked up by Fertelman. Massingham trying to continue it on. And it'll go out of play now. It'll be a Morris throw on the far side. So Jacob Lee will take the throw. Now Massingham's ball through the middle, intercepted. Beckett will pick it up, however, and sends it wide now. Here's Thomas. McLaughlin flipping it over the top. Seth Davidson for UWS. And holding up his run was Kidd. Taken by Simonson. Now Davidson off the steal. McLaughlin, edge of the Cougar 18. Caught in traffic. Anagiros now coming back. Nice tackle, though, by Wagner. Jackets maintaining possession with Beckett. Now McLaughlin bending a ball back post. Jake Kidd rising up, and he'll head it wide. Goal kick here coming up for the Cougars. A little more liveliness here to the second 45 minutes thus far from Minnesota Morris. The Cougars played a lot of defense in the opening half. It's been a lot of the half with 11 behind the ball, but been a little more active, like I said, so far here in half number 2. As off the goal kick, Beckett picking it up inside the circle. Drops it into Cougar territory. Now finds his way to the outside for Watson. Freddie Watson on an angle coming in. Gets a shot away. Plays it across the face. A goal. And nobody there in a white jersey. That was dangerous. Rolls over the end line. Goal kick for Icency. Icency giving it a ride back toward midfield. Beckett for the Yellow Jackets, bringing it down. He'll go all the way back for Wagner in the center of the park. Pushing it now, here's Jacob Wiles. Wiles clipping it. Davidson on the run. Off into the corner. First time cross into the 6, and the Cougars will play it out for another corner kick. That'll be corner kick number 12 for the Yellow Jackets coming up, near side flag. Looks like it'll be Joel Thomas that wants to go quickly here. Actually, he's going to leave it for Watson. Under 38 minutes remaining here in game 1 of our doubleheader. As they do play it short for Thomas. Now Watson trying to win a race to the ball. Flips it backside. Ball bounding around. Up the middle. Beckett sticking a foot in there. Davidson also there, and it'll be cleared out. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Icency. We'll play it short now for team captain Cade Simonson of Minnesota Morris to the far side. Watson on the far side gets stripped of the ball. Now in the middle. Wagner for the Yellow Jackets, playing it wide now. Finds Joel Thomas. Now it's Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin on the turn, finds Thomas. Thomas now crossing in toward the 6. Save is made, rebounds there. Here's the shot. Save is again made. Rebound is still there, and boy, Jay Kidd, point blank range, stopped by Eisensee a couple times. That was a beautiful setup by UWS. And Seth Davidson making a bid for his second goal. Rebound was there. Eisensee, though, able to grab it ahead of Kidd. Otherwise, the Jackets have their 5th goal of the game. But now Thomas. And he'll play it off of a Minnesota Morris defender. It'll be a throw coming up. Massingham now for the Yellow Jackets. Touching it. Near side looking for Thomas. Comes back for Kyle Massingham inside the 18. Plays it now back. Here's Beckett toward the 6. And the Cougars just clearing it away from danger again. UWS probing, getting closer to that 5th goal, it feels like. As the throw comes in now from Watson. Now McLaughlin. Back for Watson, and then that one will be tackled out. Another throw here for the Jackets, far side of the field. McLaughlin off the throw for Watson. As cross blocked away, and now the Cougars trying to come back. On to Giros. Ranging back now for Morris. His ball to the outside. Davidson picks it off. Makes a nice move around the defender. Now edge of the 18. Here's Massingham trying to cross it. Takes an outward carom. Now they play it up the middle of the park without the goalie in his 6-yard area. And like I said, the Cougars living dangerously. Here's that one is played out. And now we have a Minnesota Morris player down on the other side of the field. Looks like he's going to try to gimp his way off of the field on that far side. And I believe it's Brett Barkowitz that is down on that far side. So he's off the field now. Momentary stoppage. 35:03 remain to be played here for the game. Rowan Wagner will come over. He'll take the throw. Jackets will use this as a set piece. As Wagner's throw. Line drive in toward the 6. Getting ahead to it was Seth Davidson. Taken back. The Cougars clearing it up the middle. Here's Watson. Massingham now. Coming back now, Jake Kidd. Leaving it for Fertelman, and they're going to call a foul now on Jake Kidd. Simonson taking the free kick. And we'll have a foul called now on Beckett. Right near the Yellow Jacket 18. So free kick here for the Cougars. Mackel that'll stand over this one, I would think here. And it is Mackel on the left foot, shooting it right into the wall. Back now for Mackel. He'll send it wide. And now the Yellow Jackets try to break back. Here's Freddie Watson. Davidson now playing into the Morris end of the field. Eisensee will lift it from near the middle of his own 18. In the Yellow Jacket territory, brought down. Now Beckett will switch the field. Joel Thomas on the left wing. Has McLaughlin on the overlap. McLaughlin outside the boot into the 6. Clear back up the middle. Headed down now by Wagner. And now a foul going to be called against the Cougars. Brooks Shepard. This will be taken quickly by UWS, then turned over. And then cleared away by Chan Piseth here for Minnesota Morris. The throw coming in now. Here's Fertelman. McLaughlin. Tried to go near side. That one taken away. Now Henskins. Anagiris coming forward. Now playing it for Mackel. Mackel now coming inside. Mackel trying to get a shot away. Nicely done there by Lockman to shield him away from it, and it'll go out of play. So Morris looking a lot better here so far, second half. Anagiris will take the throw himself here. Wiles for the Yellow Jackets now to the far side. Here's Davidson. Seth Davidson for UWS. McLaughlin to the far side now on the run. Joel Thomas as the flag stays down. Goes over toward the end line. Thomas now cutting over on the right foot. Tried to go back post with the cross. Back for Freddie Watson. Watson now. Beckett. Return pass from Watson. Intercepted by Mackel. Now Wiles. Go at the back post looking for McLaughlin. Thomas. Lifting it in toward the 6. Headed down now by Davidson, and that one will be grabbed here by Eisensee. He's winging it toward midfield. Now Beckett heading it up into the air. Massingham now flicking it over the top. Davidson trying to bring it down. Now Watson, and the flag is up, and it'll be an offside against UWS. Nearly 15 minutes into the second half. Jackets scoring 3 times in the first 9 minutes and 10 seconds and have been in control ever since. 4-1 over the Cougars. Kate Simonson will line up this free kick for Minnesota Morris. And instead he'll just play it back. Eisensee. Ball measured there by Fertelman. He'll head it down. And now Orlando Fertelman. Wiles now back in the middle defensively. He's moved Wagner back to the right. And now here's a nice run through in the corner for Freddie Watson. Watson for the Yellow Jackets, cutting back on the right foot. In toward the middle. Ball bounding around. Cleared far side. Fertelman will head it wide for Joel Thomas. Thomas. Harvey McLaughlin. And his shot will deflect, and it'll go out of play. It'll be another corner kick. Jackets really piling up the corners in this game. This will be their 13th corner kick of the ball game. In the meantime, it looks like it'll be Adam Caffel that'll check in here. Looks like Watson is going to come off the field. In the meantime, the corner kick will be taken by Harvey McLaughlin. McLaughlin bending it in toward the 6. Couple players rising up. Clear to late momentarily. Top of the 18. Beckett turns, gets a shot away, and he scores! .71:09 the time on that one for Isaac Beckett. Just collecting that loose ball, top of the 18. Beckett turns and fires one into the lower side netting. The Jackets now lead it by the score of 5-1. I believe that's Beckett's first goal of the season. Season high in goals for the Jackets, 9 against Northwestern. Earlier on in the week, as this ball now played over the top. And this one will roll out of play. It'll be a goal kick here coming up. Nice to see Isaac Beckett, the captain, get on the scoreboard. and 6109. $61.09 on that time. I'll get my math right eventually. Now the Cougars to the far side of the field. Mackel running it down in the corner. And that one will be tackled out off of Aaron Mackel. It will be a throw here coming up for the Yellow Jackets. Throw coming in now. Here's Wiles. Now a ball over the top here from Beckett for Davidson. Seth Davidson now taking a while. Gets a shot away and he'll score. True goal scorer's goal that time by Davidson. That goal coming at 62-39. Davidson's second. The assist to Beckett. And UWS now has 6 goals up on the board. It's kind of ability that Seth Davidson has. He's gets that step on the right. He scored a goal that looked like that against St. Olaf as well. Very similar to that one. Just tucked it into the corner. And that 3-2 Yellow Jacket win earlier this season. And that another goal scorer's goal right there, finding that far corner. Again, the 6th goal of the season for the freshman. And the Yellow Jackets up now 6-1. 2 goals on the game for Kidd, 2 goals for Davidson. Additional goals from Greenan and Beckett here for the Yellow Jackets. And UWS seemingly on their way to win number 6 here. Throw on the far side. Now here's Beckett again. Harvey McLaughlin now for the Jackets. Massingham. Davidson. Now to the far side for Kidd. And a lot of foul called here on Jay Kidd. Still a lot of time in this one. 26 minutes and change. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Jackets with 2 goals in 1 minute and 30 seconds. The lead now 6-1 as off the free kick coming forward. Mackel now with the left foot. Lockman off of his line. And he'll play it out with the left foot. It'll be a throw now coming up for the Cougars. Azariah Zapeta will take it. Jackets taking it right back. Here's Wagner. Simonson winning the head ball for Minnesota Morris. And a foul going to be called here on Massingham. Right near midfield, maybe a couple of yards on the Morris side of the midfield stripe here. Jackets with a 22-1 edge in total shots, 15-1 in shots on goal. Simonson standing over this one. Hitting it over the top. And now here's a shot from range. That one will drift wide. That one taken by Jacob Lee. Just the second shot of the game for the Cougars. And now Morris going to make another substitution here as we go into 25 minutes remaining here in game 1 of our doubleheader. Yellow Jacket fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket Sideline store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket Sideline store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. Come back to live action here. Jackets with 6 goals up on the board, 4 in the first half, 2 so far here in half number 2. And we have a substitution in the game now for the Cougars. It's Justin Page who's checked in for the first time. Page, the freshman from Woodbury. Wagner now for UWS. McLaughlin. Wagner. Beckett. McLaughlin. And now McLaughlin will turn it over as it's taken in the middle of the field here by Burke Shepard. And his ball intercepted by Fertelman, at least momentarily. Now a nice tackle over there by Davidson for the Yellow Jackets to dispossess Anagiris. And now the Yellow Jackets back the other direction. Here's Caffel dancing as he comes across midfield. The left foot. Now picking out Davidson. Seth Davidson continuing it on now. Joel Thomas, right side. Thomas now against Theo Busby, takes it wide on him. Crosses in toward the 6, and Eisensee will reach up and grab that one. And he'll hold on to it here as we approach the midway point of the second half. Now this ball sent over midfield in the UWS territory. Wiles to the far side now. Here's Beckett. McLaughlin now. Back outside Orlando Fertelman. Now Massingham as he crosses the midfield stripe. And his pass too wide, intended for Thomas. It'll be a throw now coming up. As the throw comes in. Cougars now playing it all the way back. Zapeta's ball forward. Page was offside, and the flag goes up on the far side. Free kick, Beckett will take it. McLaughlin now will send it wide. Here's Thomas. Back for Owen Wagner. Beckett will head it down now. McLaughlin looking around now on the right foot. Send it wide now for Fertelman. Adam Caffel. Orlando Fertelman now. Now Massingham will turn. Kyle Massingham up the middle. McLaughlin lines one up and fires it. And it rises high over the crossbar and out of play. That'll offer substitutions here now for the Yellow Jackets. Not quite wholesale, but a bunch of them. Melvin Anderson coming back in. Eli Benson also back in, it looks like. Taylor Moore back in for UWS. Adam Schmidt in for the first time. And the Yellow Jackets... one of the Yellow Jackets goal scorers today, Callum Greenan, also back in. As we approach 20 minutes remain to be played, reminder, we'll have a brief post-game recap sponsored by Synovus Energy once we go final. This will set the stage for game number 2 as the Yellow Jacket women taking on Minnesota Morris. We'll be looking for their 3rd win of the season after that draw against Northwestern on Tuesday. In the meantime, now here is Taylor Moore for the Jackets. Outside now, Jake Kidd will leave it. Here's Caffel. Adam Caffel now on the outside, crossing the ball in toward the 6. Bounding around now as it's cleared. Picked up now, out on top. Here's Moore getting a shot away, and that one rides high and over the top. Another goal kick here coming up for Eisensee. Now the Cougars are going to respond with a substitution of their own here. Looks like it'll be Burke Shepard that'll check out for the Cougars. I'll get the number of the new player in just a moment. I hope. Just need to turn around here. Goal kick from Eisensee. Jackets taking with Moore. And I believe the I believe the new player for Morris, by the way, is Tadeo Duarte. I might be wrong about that, but that's what I'm going to go with for now. In the meantime, the Yellow Jackets now out on top here. Schmidt playing it through the middle. That one tipped in or flicked in. Offside, though, was Melvin Anderson for UWS. That one will be grabbed here. As off of his line to grab it was Isensee. We'll take the free kick here. Off the restart, now it's Eli Benson for UWS. Now Massingham leaves it for Schmidt. And Bubser will give it a ride over midfield now back. Wiles will pick it up. Massingham now playing it through the middle. Davidson for the Yellow Jackets. Perfectly placed ball to the outside. Unable to get there, though, was UWS's Jay Kidd. It's well weighted, though, by Massingham. Coach Joe Mooney talking about how, in our last conversation with him before the St. Scholastica game, about his vision and his ability to place a finishing ball as well as anybody on the squad, and we've seen it the last few games for sure. Massingham has an assist today, and he certainly does know how to play his teammates into dangerous positions. As the sophomore from England. Let's hear Schmidt now. Trying to angle the ball for Anderson. That one flicked up in the air. Now Anagiris in Yellow Jacket territory, trying to turn with it. Loses his balance as Wiles picks it back up, and now here's Moore. Taylor Moore now, Adam Caffel. And that one will go out of play. It'll be a throw here coming up for UW Superior. Jackets going to make a couple more substitutions here. It's like 3 more maybe. Ticking down toward the last quarter of an hour here of game 1. It's like Pyro's coming back in. Massingham's going to check out. So Davidson out for the Yellow Jackets. Jack Lay is in. Valentine Soros also back in for UWS as the throw comes in, and Schmidt will go all the way back now. James Colt for the Yellow Jackets. Forward for Pyra. Alec Pyra, dispossessed. Well, they played into space. Now Lay gives it in turn now to Jacob Lee, who will go all the way back, and now Isensee out the top of his own 18. Will square it to the far side. Schmidt winning the head ball back. Ball bounding around a bit now. Benson intercepting a pass through the middle. And now Pyra for Anderson. Back for Alec Pyra. Now for Colt. Outside Greenan for the Yellow Jackets. Schmidt. Pyra. Colt. Now nearly turned over. Mackel trying to get there for Minnesota Morris. Nifty players, Aaron Mackel. Talking about him. 12 goals already in the season for him. He has more than half of Morris's 21 on the season. Jackets, meanwhile, Now up to 29 here thus far. Now here's another near turnover. But a high pressure here from Minnesota Morris. Jackets able to break it now with Schmidt. Now here's Moore. It's a couple of players. Ball finds his way back for Zapeta, and he'll go all the way back now for Icency. Pyra now for the Yellow Jackets. Has it taken away. I should reverse myself, by the way, on that substitution. It's Ibrahim Aldashmush who's checked in for the first time. Number 43 in maroon and gold. Now UWS will work it on the far side. Melvin Anderson. Now Pyra. Anderson in the middle. Soares now will leave it off. Here's Pyra again coming forward. Now Jack Lay. Moore, edge of the 18. Taylor Moore, and then that one will be taken off of his foot, out of play. Corner kick here coming up for UWS. With 12.5 now left. UWS has about 5 or 6 other players, by the way, warming up on the far side, so figure they'll see some action at some point here over these last 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Pyra taking the corner kick quickly. Left-footed ball by Lay inside. Check it. It was Caffel on the left-footed ball in. Flicked up in the air and grabbed by Icency. And now he'll give it a ride to the far side. And volleyed forward now into the corner. Colt. Now Schmidt's ball. Under hit it, intercepted. On Agiris now. Now Lay for the Yellow Jackets had a heavy touch. Pyra will turn. And he'll send it wide now. Benson. Soares now back outside. Here's Pyra. Adam Schmidt now on the turn. Continuing it on now. Greenan coming forward. And it'll go out of play. It'll be a throw here coming up now for the Cougars. It's been a business-like performance from UWS today. Roble Abdi in for the first time as well for Morris now. As the throw comes in. Now Anderson. Benson intercepting that pass, and we're going to have a foul call here on Abdi. It'll be a free kick for the Yellow Jackets right near midfield. Soares now for the Yellow Jackets. Now back outside, Abdi for Page, and the flag goes up. Page offside. Under 10 minutes now left. Reminder, we'll have a brief post-game recap once we go final here. Jackets taking it from the goal spot, by the way, on the offside call. Here's Colt now to the far side for Greenan. Pyra. Lockman now will give it a ride with the left foot. Taylor Moore now for UWS coming forward. To the outside now, Caffel. Back for Pyra. Pyra Shooting right in on goal, and that one will be grabbed here. That effort from about 35, 40 yards out, grabbed by Eisensee. I said he's had a busy day. It's his 10th save so far here of the afternoon. Jackets so far with 6 up on the board. And all reserves in there for UWS with the exception of Adam Caffel. As here's Pyra now. Outside Moore. Taylor Moore steps inside. He'll get a shot away. Save is made. Rebound still sitting there. Aldersmash now will send it to the near side. Anderson trying to send it right back in, looking for the handball. None forthcoming. Now Abdi. And Aldersmash running out of room now near side. Jackets keeping it in. Here's Pyra. Backdoor cut now, Soares. In toward the 6. It'll be cleared now near side. Soares picking it up. Now Lay coming into the 18. Crossing it in toward the 6. That one now will be deflected out. And that one will go out of play. It'll be a throw now coming up for the Cougars. We're going to 8 minutes now left in this one. Morris, as I mentioned, next in action on the 1st of October, taking on Northwestern. That'll be at Cougar Field down in Morris, Minnesota. These two teams will meet again in late October, by the way. Now here's a long shot in that one going just wide off the right foot by Soares. And that now will allow for the substitutions as Henskens comes back into the game. Now off the goal kick. Simonson coming forward for Morris. Now leave it back. Now comes up the middle. Here's Page now for the Cougars. His pass to the outside. Intercepted. New player in for the Yellow Jackets, by the way. Logan Lambo, freshman from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Playing it up on the far side. And that one will go out off of UWS's Taylor Moore. Throw up far sideline now for the Cougars. Simonson looks like he'll be the one to take it. Let me check myself on that one. Throw coming in. Now off the turn is Soares. And overhitting it just a little bit. Rick Shepard back in there, by the way, for Minnesota Morris. Handling ball forward. Page is offside yet again. That's about 3 times now he's been nabbed on that call. Under 6 minutes now left. As Colt takes this one, Schmidt will send it all the way back now for Lockman. Lockman hasn't had to make a save in this game thus far. Here's usually angling ball now. Backside, Eisensee will wait for that one. Coming into his own 18, he'll grab it. And will hold on to it, at least for now. Play it to himself now, and he'll give it a ride back toward midfield. Held up by the wind. Schmidt, now Greening getting his head to it. Sent right back for Eisensee, and he'll hold on to it as he scoops it up in the middle of his box. Down toward the last 5 minutes here. It's been all Yellow Jackets from the start here. Took them 2 minutes and 1 second to take the lead. Scored 3 times in the first 9 minutes and 10 seconds, and it has been pretty much academic since then. Currently a 6-1 Yellow Jacket lead. Now Moore. Playing in Anderson. Melvin Anderson with a shot, and that one rides high. Had a good look at it. Nice feed from Taylor Moore to get Anderson on the run. And we'll stop the clock here at least one more time with 4:36 now left. Jackets on their way to 6-3. They'll be 4-0 in the UMAC. Glander Lutz in for the first time for the Yellow Jackets. As is Fenmore Mio for UW Superior, as this ball now sent into UWS territory. Lutz playing it wide with the right foot. Soros tried to turn on that one, and now we're going to have a couple of Cougars hit the deck. It'll be a foul against UWS. The Jackets have now played everybody, I think, that's available. The Yellow Jackets have now played in the game. As this ball now sent forward. Here's Jack Lay now on the turn. Lay making a long run here. Trying to get around Azariah Zapeta inside the 18. Zapeta able to take the ball off of his foot. Aldous Mosh now. Stripped by Pyra. Now near side. Mio. Colt. His ball through the middle, intercepted. And now Shepard will send it wide. And that one will carry out for a UWS throw. Have you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets? Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. 2.5 left in this one. Jackets will be off until next Friday when they take on Martin Luther down to New Ulm. And they'll take on Bethany Lutheran to close out the weekend before they return home to take on Augsburg a week from this coming Tuesday. That'll be our next Yellow Jacket men's soccer broadcast. That'll be a joint broadcast along with 91.3 FM KUWS on the radio locally here. That figures to be a good one. The Yellow Jackets and the Augies. Augsburg right now sitting atop of the MIAC standings, undefeated, untied, and ranked number 3 in the latest United Soccer Coaches Division III top 25 poll. Jackets entered the season as the preseason number 12, so that figures to be a big matchup. That should be a fun one, so tune in for that one a week from this Tuesday. In the meantime, now we have a free kick coming up here for the Cougars. 1 minute, 35 seconds remaining. Again, our post-game recap sponsored by Synovus Energy. Looming here. As this one is sent to the far side, and we'll get out of play. We'll have a throw here coming up. October 25th will be the next time these two teams play. That'll be down at Cougar Field. And that'll be pretty much close to the end of the regular season for UWS. Under a minute now left in this one. Jackets about to win their 13th in a row against Minnesota Morris and go to 16-0-1 against the Cougars since 2015. The all-time series 18-3-1. It'll be 19-3-1 in 40 seconds. Shepard now dispossessed. The Yellow Jackets. Lay sending it to the near side. This one will go out of play. 25 seconds now left. And we're just about done here. Just waiting for the final countdown here from Superior Choice Credit Union Stadium. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And this one is over. The Yellow Jackets scoring 3 goals in the first 9 minutes and 10 seconds. 4 in the first half, 2 in the second half, and they take command early. Never let up and down Minnesota Morris 6-1 as we jump into our post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Spirit Refinery. Synovus Energy, we energize the world to make people's lives better. Recapping the scoring in this one, the Yellow Jackets wasted no time getting on board with this one. Just 2 minutes and 1 second into the first half, Seth Davidson with the first of his 2 goals on the game. The assist to Jacob Wiles made it 1-0, and the Jackets were off and running from there. 3 minutes and 4 seconds later, Jake Kidd with the first of his 2 goals on the game. Off an assist from Wiles. Kidd's 5th goal of the season to make it 2-0. Then 4 minutes and 5 seconds following that goal, it's Kidd again from Beckett and Rowan Wagner at 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Kidd's 2nd of the game, his 6th of the season. And that made it 3-0. Aaron Mackel broke up the shutout for Minnesota Morris with his 12th goal of the season unassisted at 32-27 to make it a 3-1 contest. And you thought maybe Morris might be able to push back a bit, but the Jackets 2 minutes and 29 seconds later make it 4-1. Callum Greenan, the native of Duluth, Minnesota, with his first goal of the season off a corner kick from Kyle Massingham, make it 4-1. That's where we stood at the break. Then in the second half, 2 goals in a minute and 30 for the Yellow Jackets. Isaac Beckett unassisted, the team captain, at 61-09 to make it a 5-1 contest. And then Davidson, the freshman Seth Davidson, with his 6th goal of the season from Beckett, a minute 30 later at 62-39 to make it a 6-1 final. The Yellow Jackets playing a lot of players, 26 in total, and getting the win here today. Total numbers in this one, Yellow Jackets holding a 29-2 edge in total shots, including an 18-1 advantage in shots on goal. The DWS also piled up the corner kicks, having all 14 in the ball game here today. A total of 14 fouls were called, 10 of them against the Yellow Jackets, 9 offside whistles, 6 of them against the Yellow Jackets. And as far as goalkeeper saves in this one, Luke Lockman gets the winning goal for the Yellow Jackets. He didn't have to make a save in getting that victory, while Nick Eisensee takes the loss for Minnesota Morris. He made 12 saves in goal. The Jackets now 6-3 overall, 4-0 in the UMAC. Minnesota Morris falls to 3-5-1 overall, 1-2 in the UMAC. Up next for the Yellow Jacket men, they're off until next Friday the 3rd, taking on Martin Luther down in New Ulm, Minnesota. They'll be home a week from this coming Tuesday. That'll be our next broadcast of Yellow Jacket men's soccer. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV against top 5 opponent in Augsburg. So that'll be a real dandy. Tuesday, October 11th, 7 p.m. The opening kick of that one, 6:45 the pregame with yours truly. A big thank you to Bradley Lettuce, who was my engineer for game number 1. A big thank you also to everybody who tuned in for game 1 of our doubleheader. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope you'll join us again for Yellow Jacket men's soccer as the season moves along. And also stick around for game 2 of our doubleheader as the Yellow Jacket women are taking on Minnesota Morris in about 28 minutes or so. So for Bradley Lettuce and our entire crew, this is Matt Johnson. One more time repeating the final score of game 1 of our doubleheader. Yellow Jackets winning it, UWS 6, Minnesota Morris 1. Thanks for watching, everybody. The women's game is coming up, like I said, in about 28 minutes. This has been UWS men's soccer here on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.